Hello all, welcome to the playlist of Basic Mathematics. In the previous lectures, we have understand what are relations and their types. In this lecture, we will understand how to solve problems on types of relations. Let us start with the question number 1. In this question number 1, we are given the set A, and on this set A, 4 relations are defined, and we have to check if these 4 relations are reflexive, symmetric and transitive or not. So let us start with the first relation R, and we have to check its reflexivity. For the relation R to be reflexive, it must contain A, B, B and C, C. A, B, and C ordered pairs are present in this relation R, so we can say that this relation is reflexive. To check if the relation R is symmetric or not, it is sufficient to check if R relation is equals to the inverse of its relation. How to find R inverse from the given relation R have been discussed in the previous lectures. So we will find the R inverse directly here. It will result into A, B, A, C, A, B, B, C, B, A, C, B, C and C, C. Now we will check if R inverse is equals to R inverse or not. So find the common elements first. A, is common, B, is common, C, is common. Now A, B is present in this relation R, but A, B is not present in the relation R inverse. So we can say that R is not equals to R inverse, and hence R is not symmetric relation. Or we can say that A, B is present in the relation R, but B, A is not present in this relation R. So relation R is not symmetric. To check for the transitivity, pick the first ordered pair which ends with A, and now we will look for the ordered pairs which start with A, that is A, B and A, C. Now by the definition of transitivity, if X, Y and Y, Z are in the relation R, implies X, Z is also present in this relation R. Now map A, to A, B, which will result into A, B. Now A, B relation is present in this relation R, so there is no problem with that. Now we will move for the next mapping. A, will map to A, C will result into A, C. A, C relation ordered pair is also present in this relation R, so there is no problem with that. So now we are left with no ordered pair which starts with A. So we will move to the next ordered pair. It ends with B. Now we will look for the ordered pairs which start with B. That is B, B and B, C. Now A, B will map to B, B and will result into A, B, which is present in this relation R. So there is no problem. Now A, B will map to B, C and will result into A, C. A, C is present in the relation R, so there is no problem. Now there is no element that is left which start with B, so we will move to the next ordered pair. It ends with C. Now we will look for the elements which start with C. Now A, C will map to C, A and will result into A, A. A is present in the relation R, so there is no problem. Now we will move to the next ordered pair. A, C will map to C, B, and similarly we will start mapping the every element with another and see if the resultant is present in this relation R or not. If every resultant is present in the relation R, then we can directly say that relation R is transitive. And here every resultant will be present in the relation R, that you can check with the same procedure I have discussed here. You will find that relation R is transitive. Now the second relation that is given is S. Now we will check on S. For the relation S to be reflexive, it should contain B comma B and C comma C in the relation, but this is not present in the relation S, so relation S is not reflexive. Now to check for the symmetric, relation S should be equals to inverse of the relation. So S inverse is also A comma A, which is equals to S. So we can say that relation S is symmetric. Now to check for the transitivity, we must have minimum of 2 elements. But in the relation S, we have only one element, and one element will not satisfy the condition of transitivity, that is, it won't violate the property of transitivity. Then we can say that relation S is transitive. Note here, if any relation which have only one element in it will always be transitive relation. Now we will move to the next relation, that is T, and it contains B comma C. Clearly the relation T is not reflexive because neither A comma A nor B comma C, B comma B or C comma C is present in the relation. So this is not reflexive. To check for the symmetric, T should be equals to the inverse of its relation, and T inverse is what? C comma B, and C comma B is not equals to B comma C, that is T. So T is not equals to T inverse, then we can directly say that relation T is not symmetric, or we can say that B comma C is present in the relation T, but C comma B is not present in the relation T. So relation T is not symmetric. To check for the transitivity, we have noticed that T has only one element, and any relation which have only one element is always transitive. Or we can say that relation T is not violating the property of transitivity. Hence T is transitive. Now move to the next relation P. For the relation P to be reflexive, it must contains A comma A, B comma B and C comma C, and the 3 ordered pairs are not present in the relation, so relation P is not reflexive. To check for the symmetricity, P should be equals to P inverse, and P inverse is what? B comma A, C comma B and A comma C, and we can clearly see that this relation is not equals to the relation P, hence P is not symmetric. Or we can pick any element from the relation P and see the inverse of the ordered pair AB is not present, or BC, even CA. AB present in the relation P, but B comma A is not present in the relation P. So P is not symmetric. To check for the transitivity now, see A comma B, it ends with B, and here is B comma C. Now A comma B will map to B comma C and will result into A comma C. But A comma C is not present in the relation P. So we can say that relation P is not transitive. The question number 2 says, prove that every identity relation on the set is reflexive but the converse is not true. And C, if A is any set, then identity relation is always reflexive, since A comma A will always present in the relation A for every A. Now, the converse of it need not be necessarily true. And if we have this type of questions, we need here is counter example only. If we can state any counter example, then we need not to prove this further. So construct any set here. Let me construct A and B only. Then a relation R on the set A may contain A comma A, B comma B A comma B. That's it. Now we can see that A comma A and B comma B is present in the relation R, so it is reflexive. But A comma B is present in the relation R, so it is not an identity relation on A. I have clearly discussed the difference between identity relation and reflexive relation in my previous lectures. You can also visit that. So another counter example is here. You can construct as many examples as you like. Now the question number third, we are given a set A containing the element 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we have to construct such relations from the set A which is reflexive, transitive but not symmetric, symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive, reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Now start with the first part and let R be a relation. For the relation R to be reflexive, it must contain 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 4, 4. Let me add 2, 1 here. Right? So, property of symmetricity says the inverse of every ordered pair should be present in this relation. 1, 1's inverse is also 1, 1. 2, 2's inverse is 2, 2. 3, 3 and 4, 4's inverse will be same only. But inverse of 1, 2 will be 2, 1 will be 1, 2. So we must not add that for the sake that relation R is not symmetric. So we have verified that relation R is reflexive and not symmetric, but transitivity is left now. See, 2, 2 is present in the relation R and 2, 1 is also present in the relation R. It implies 2, 1 should also be present in this relation R, which is present. So there is no problem. Now, 2, 1 is present in the relation R and 1, 1 is also present in the relation R. It implies 2, 1 should also be present in the relation R, which is. So, here we see that transitivity is satisfied and the relation R here is reflexive, transitive but not symmetric. It is not compulsory to construct the same set here. You can construct any set on your own. You can change this element to 3, 2 and check if this relation is symmetric or not. And further you can check replace this element to 3, 2 by 4, 1 only. Right? Now, the second part says construct a relation which is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. Now, if the relation is not reflexive, I can skip the element 1, 1 and 4, 4 from the relation. So, let me add 2, 2 and 3, 3 here. Inverse of the element here is 2, 2 and 3, 3. So, that is okay. But if I add the element 2, 1 and its inverse should be present in this relation, let me add 1, 2. Then this relation R will be equals to R inverse. So hence this relation R is symmetric but not reflexive. Now we have to check for the transitivity now. See here 1, 2 and 2, 1 is present in the relation R. It implies that 1, 1 should also be present in the relation R to be transitive. But it is not present in the relation R. So we can say here that relation R is not transitive here. So, in this same question, we can say that relation R is not unique. You can construct any other relation R which is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. Now, the third part says construct a relation R such that it should be reflexive, symmetric and transitive. The best ever example of there is identity relation on A, because it does not violate the property of transitivity. Now, if I construct another set from identity relation on A, then it could be 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 1 and 1, 4, and you will see that this relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive as well. Another example here is 1, 2 and 2, 1. I hope you enjoyed the session, and if you have any doubts and any questions, you can contact me using this email address. Happy learning!